Can I just reach out to my co-host, Joshua?
Hello.
We may start.
All right. So, are we starting now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I should share my screen. All right. So I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
So tell me if there is noise in the background, so that maybe I can check the position.
You can start.
Right. So should I start presenting?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it's at 3:30. All right. So welcome to our presentation. I'm Joshua Kacheo, and my friend is Wande Sigwete. We'll be presenting our submitted abstract. That's what we do outside the classroom, a possible future for engineering. So in this session, we'll talk about our chapter journey as a general background, then our chapter achievements, what we have been able to do, what we have been able to do. And then we'll cover the re-engineering, how we are re-engineering the future, and how we think our work is impacting us. And of course, the future of communities, what we think our work is impacting the community. So on the background, Mass YouthMappers started in 2021. It was led by Mr. Bire Kachingwe, and it was inspired by former YouthMappers ambassador, Ms. Ndapiri Nku. And it only became active a year later, as in June of 2022. Now on chapter members, Wendy.
Okay, so our chapter has members from all across the fields. We have members from diverse academic backgrounds, with many who are not even related to the GIS and remote sensing field. The chapter has therefore led them to explore and apply GIS in their respective fields. Since the launch of our chapter, we have taken on many activities and projects where our members have been able to share their skills and contribute to on a wider aspect. Next. So this is just a picture of some of our members at YouthMappers. We are a larger group, but these are just a few selected members. And to your right is a picture of Joshua and I presenting our project to the Minister of Education. Next. So what exactly is our motivation? Each and every member has joined YouthMappers for their own causes and reasons, but overall as a chapter, our collective and general quote is that we are proud members of the geospatial development, advancements, and new and limited application of this science in Malawi, in Africa, and the globe. So what exactly is our respective motivations? As for Joshua, in his own words, in the quest to define his career on his own terms, YouthMappers has provided a pivotal piece of that self-defined narrative, which has propelled him towards a more purposeful and personally crafted professional journey. Whilst as for me, I'm driven by the profound desire to be part of something greater than myself, where I'm able to contribute to an impactful humanitarian causes globally while embracing the future forward inclusive ethos of YouthMappers, where diverse backgrounds and skills converge to foster personal growth and collaborative solutions. Next, Joshua will take on our achievements.
All right, thank you, Twandi. Now on our achievements, I will talk on what we have achieved so far in a 1-year journey. So here is a list of achievements. When we started, 3 members attended the trainer workshop at University of Malawi in September 2022, and they eventually became trainers, YouthMappers trainers. So they also offered a lot of trainings at campus and beyond. So these very 3 worked with the US State Department to train their tech camp alumni in open source geospatial tools and analysis from November to December 2022. And they trained alumni from Africa and beyond virtually. And this was funded by the United States State Department. So 20 members enrolled in an introduction to Digital Africa Sandbox course and later participated in YouthMappers technical challenge competition, of which we emerged as one of the winners. Later, we helped our neighboring Catholic University to open their own chapter in February 2023, and we offered a free 3 days training in March 2023. Also, we mapped for Cyclone Freddy in Malawi in March and 2023. We visited and offered humanitarian support to Cyclone Freddy victims at Intaucha community in Chirazulu district, Malawi in April 2023. And also, we presented our outstanding Zalanyama project to the Minister of Education at the launch of Center for Artificial Intelligence and STEM at Malawi University of Science and Technology in October 2023. So here are the images. To your left is a picture of us when we're training our friends at Catholic University. And on the middle is a screenshot for the project on Hot-tasking Manager when we're mapping the Zalanyama community. And on the right is a picture of us going for Linda humanitarian support to Cyclone Freddy victims in Chirazulu. Now, I would like to turn our attention moment for our Zalanyama project, of which we emerged one of the winners. So our project was titled Deforestation Mapping, a study of forest cover dynamicity at Zalanyama Forest Reserve in Malawi, of which I was the leader and Panda was my second lead and Michael. So, introduction, just in 2 decades, Malawi lost 1 million hectares of woodland, which we collected from National Statistics Office, and it dropped from 4.4 million hectares to 3.4 million hectares. Efforts to revive these forest losses are seemingly less productive. And Zalanyama Forest Reserve, which was once prestigious, is dying at an alarming rate. The land cover changes from forest to non-forest are undoubtedly notable. So our goal was to present how forest area has been lost to non-forest area from the year 2000 per year to the year 2020. And also to showcase the current state of the forest reserve, and finally to contribute to scientific awareness campaign in reviving the natural habits. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, thank you. So, the methodology, as summarized, we covered supervised image classification, and then we did forested area loss per year. That's notebook from Digital Africa, burnt area mapping, and finally vegetation change detection analysis, as also presented in the Digital Africa notebooks on the Digital African sandbox. So the results from our project, it is clear that tree cover was dominant in the year 2000 with the share and gas. However, the forest of 2008 and 2020, and the maximum tree cover has between 26 and 14, which a record of 2,600 hectares was, and between 2010 and 2014, 1,700 hectares was also. In the 2020, 126 hectares of tree cover was lost to forest fires. And finally, out of 16.36 of pixels that underwent statistically significant change, 14.1% underwent statistically significant deforestation, presenting a diversification. Now, on the image up to my right, the results that we generated. Here we have on the top left, we have the classification result for 2000, of which is clear that the trigger was dominant. And then from there downwards, we have the forest loss function, from which we presented how we have been losing the forest cover. And then after that, we have the result for 2020, and then the forest fire mapping from fire hotspots and how we lost trees to forest fires. And finally, we presented the statistically significant deforestation that happened at the forest reserve. So this was funded through the partnership between Digital Africa and YouthMappers, from which Matthew chapter is the winner in the exam challenge, technical challenge, that is, sorry. So this is part of the project, or of the project that we have been doing since our chapters active. Now, next, we'll look at how we have been engineering the future, how we think the future is being engineered. Okay.
Okay, Joshua, next. So, how exactly are we re-engineering the future? So, the title speaks to the essence of our collective journey as not only professionals, students, but also beyond the lecture halls. So it brings us beyond the traditional confines of education, where we're now able to share our skill sets with each other and
engagement.
Yes, so where we're able to share our skill sets with each other, and we do this through 4 simple steps. So the first one is through engagement. So how do we do this through engagement? We cultivate a dynamic environment that transcends. Sorry, can you mute your audio? Okay, thank you. So we engage individuals from diverse backgrounds, professions, and skill sets in a collaborative ecosystem. Our second way is through active participation. So through active participation in innovative digital mapping projects, members not only are able to contribute to impactful humanitarian causes, but also foster a cross-disciplinary learning and inclusive growth. This is able to then shape a future where collective efforts and diverse perspectives are at the forefront of positive change. To further elaborate on this, people from different fields bring in their skills, such as disaster risk management or earth science, and we're able to then work on projects that are bigger than ourselves in the geospatial field. The third is accessibility. So the data that we're creating can be used by anyone across Malawi, across Africa, and across the globe. This means that we're not only reshaping our careers, but we're reshaping the careers of other people around the world and also contributing to global developments, which comes to our fourth way, which is through development. So our projects offer great insights that are important not only nationally, but also globally. This means that we're able to share our data to organizations such as the Red Cross in terms of the Cyclone Freddy, where we're able to map out certain areas and share our data with the Red Cross, and they were able to in turn aid the victims of Cyclone Freddy. So this is in general how we have re-engineered our futures and come collectively as people from different fields to then contribute to the geospatial science as a whole. So Joshua will now take you through the conclusion of our presentation.
So we try to keep it as short as possible. So our presentation was short and I'm getting the 10 minutes to meet. So now it's, I think that our chapter consists of a lot of students, about 6 or so, and it's only 2 of us from the GIS department. That means a lot of them don't have the GIS background, and it's through the chapter that they are learning GIS. So now, in summary, as contributors to global development, our engagement with youth mapping or with mapping on platforms like OpenStreetMap and humanitarian OpenStreetMap, as well as our membership in the YouthMappers community, extends beyond mere career advancement. So the opportunities presented through these communities serve as powerful motivators for us. We aspire to share our work with a broader audience, engaging individuals with esteemed hearts, and inviting them to join our volunteer efforts. We see ourselves as more than volunteers, and we perceive our role as actively engineering the future in various aspects. Whether envisioning professional or societal futures, this is the essence of what we say outside the classroom. Thank you for your time and thank you for attending our presentation. So our presentation is what we do outside the classroom, the possible future for engineering. I hope you have gotten the insight. Thank you, everyone. So if there may be any questions, you may post to be able to pick them in the next 2 minutes. Thank you. Is anyone having questions? You may unmute and ask. Anyone having questions? Please ask, or any comment, or we are able to pick the questions for now.
Not a question, but yeah, thanks for sharing what you've been doing in Malawi and in your YouthMappers chapters. It's very inspiring, to see this is, OpenStreetMap, and what you're doing is not just confided in the classroom and in the four walls of the classroom, and that it's also can be done outside, or the knowledge you are doing is, or the knowledge you have is also going outside of the classroom. So thank you so much.
Thank you for that. If there are any other comments or questions, please feel free to either raise your hand or write them in the chat. We're here to answer any questions you have. I see some people recently joined us, so I'm not sure how. If you have any questions as to what the presentation was about, please feel free to ask in the chat and we can have a short explanation on that.
All right. So someone says they just joined, so I'll just give you a brief of what we presented. So we are done with the presentation actually. So we're presenting on what we have been doing as YouthMappers, and the leaders, myself, Joshua Katian, my friend Twande Bukwese. So we have been taking on several projects since we became active as YouthMappers. We have been mapping on humanitarian open street. I am an advanced mapper myself, and Twande is also. And we have a lot of contributors from our chapter. So we have been taking on several projects, including Saigon Friday mapping in Chikwawa, Malawi, and in Sunday. We also have been taking on projects like mapping Taranyama Forest Reserve that we won as a challenge in 2022, YouthMappers Technical Challenge. So we have been taking on several projects. So we think through those projects we have been taking, we have been re-engineering the future of both our careers and also the future of the country or the nation or Africa or the global as a whole. So in general, that's what we presented. I can't go through those since we're already running out of time.
Someone says you want us to switch on our camera. Okay, that's the case. So I'll just do that. So just to add on to what Joshua has said, since time is on our hands, our whole presentation was about how we're not confined to the four walls of the classroom. So it's not just about those people who learn GIS or remote sensing in class, but bringing together people from different backgrounds, because the geospatial realm is no longer just a tool now. It's a beacon of hope, I should say, in tackling pressing matters in our world, such as climate change, urbanization, resource management, different things, disaster risk management. So we just our talk or our presentation is about how through this collective bringing together of people, we're able to share our skills and also add on to the geospatial science as a whole. So I don't know if I've answered. That's to Bukenya. I think I've said your name right. Are there any other questions or comments? Please feel free to ask before our time runs out.
Is there any way how you can share the presentation so that at the time T we can at least go through it?
Yeah, of course. Joshua, please go to the last slide, if possible. Okay, so we're gonna drop our emails and then you can contact mainly Joshua, because he's our chapter president, to ask for the presentation and he can share it with you through his email.
And we also might be able to share some of the work that we have been doing. You can check also our Twitter and our Facebook pages and see how we have been progressing through and what we think we'll be doing as we go, since we're just a year old active.
Exactly. So I think those are all the questions and comments that you have for us.
So any other comment or any other question before we wind up?
If not, then I think we can end the session.
All right. So thank you everyone for joining, and thank you for it.
Okay.
Is anyone talking?
No, continue.
All right. So thank you for joining and thank you for taking your time to view our session. So please feel free to contact us through the contact data we have displayed, joshua@gmail.com or twandianesecrecy@gmail.com. So we have a lot that we would have loved to share, but we don't have enough time to do so. Thus, we have to end the session. So thank you once again from YouthMappers.
There's a recording as well of the session, so if you missed anything, you can go back and watch the recording, or I think there's a live stream or recorded version on YouTube that is up there in the chat, which you can go back and watch.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you too.